This was Shang's third time going to an event off property, and as a 3-year-old, she did absolutely amazing. You would never guess that our group was a 3-year-old, a 4-year-old, and a newly broke Mustang. She did absolutely fantastic, took all the trails and obstacles in stride.
Walk.
May was just a crazy month for me overall. We wound up not only moving to one new barn, but I wound up moving the horses to another new location. I also wound up personally moving into a new place. So between all of the moving and the weather, the girls wound up having 2 weeks off. But I decided to give it my best shot and enter them both into the 2-gate class for the Trot-Trot show. And I think that they both did really well, having had 2 weeks off. And the footing in the arena was less than ideal. It was a little deep in certain spots, and there were almost pockets, hidden pockets under the sand. So their gaits were a little off, and my stirrups were way too short. But I gave it my best shot, as did they. And I kind of wanted to use this class as a focal point moving forward to look back on. I believe there's 2 more classes that we're going to enter, so I just want to see this as progress for the next 2. But Shang wound up taking 4th in this class, which I was a little surprised about, considering I was just using this as kind of a training class, something a little more formal than what we had been doing. So I was very happy with that.
Walk.
The same thing goes for Dahlia. She had 2 weeks off, so again, this was more of a more formal training class for not only her, but myself. She and I have really been trying to work on getting that initial asking of the trot to be a little more level. She has always kind of high-stepped to start, as you can see in this video, but then she kind of levels off. What we wound up later finding out is she has an abscess, and her abscess is bothering her, so her gaits have been kind of funny, and we're working on getting that abscess to blow, which has been next to impossible. But she's been sound, she hasn't been lame, which is all I can ask for, because once she goes lame, we're going to be in a lot more trouble than I'd like to admit. But overall, I was still proud of her and her performance. She didn't take a bad step. She didn't refuse anything I asked. She was very responsive to everything I asked her to do. And that's all I could have asked for.
Halt.
This is one of my students, Tabitha, who absolutely loves Dahlia. She uses her for all of her lessons and is learning to trot on her currently, which was a huge feat for her to get over. She was a little timid when it came to the trot, and Dahlia being very responsive, she can either come right out of the chute with a powerful trot, or if you learn to ask her correctly, she can go a little slower. This video was one of our lessons. I decided to do a little obstacle course with Tabitha, just going over all of her bending work, getting her to use the correct rein, the correct leg, going over trotting poles, getting her to stop, and the 2 of them really have done fantastic as a pair. Not only did May present an abscess, but buddy sourness. All of this anxious energy you see here, the jaw, the tongue, not standing still, is simply because she can't see my gelding Cowboy, who she's very bonded with. Moving to the new farm has given me the ability to separate them into separate paddocks and work alone with them, and since then, all of these behaviors have stopped, and I'm super happy. When your toddler fights bedtime.